guys, welcome back. So this is part 2 of 2 in discussing the differences between like English and Russian alphabets. For those of you who want to learn to sing, or even I guess read, right, in Russian. I've been doing songs the past, 10 to 14 days in Russian. I've been learning. Yeah, it's really exciting. So I wanted to share all these valuable lessons with you guys. For sure, check out the first video of the 2. This is just the tail end. This is just the tail end, right? So here, but I'm going to discuss a really cool tip at the end of this video, okay, that you are not going to want to miss. And I did share it last week in a video, but I don't think actually a lot of people saw it. Yeah, but it's really invaluable. So here we go. So this is part 2 of 2 of this little video set where we're kind of discussing similarities and differences between, English or Latin alphabet and Russian alphabet. The characters are so different. The main brunt of it was in part 1 again, but now I want to talk about the blends. Russian alphabet has like different blend characters. For example, there's 4 I want to discuss today. And one is like an X, okay? It's like an X, but with a line down the middle, okay? So or you could call it like a K, and then the mirror image of the K, both of them glued back to back, but you could just call it like an X with a line down the middle too. And that is actually pronounced zh. You hear Russians always doing this cool, really cool sound like zh, everything is zh, So, like zha zha gabor, like zh, that sound, okay? But not ja, like don't confuse the letter J, because when you read their J in their language, it's pronounced like RY, like ya. Yeah, like yellow and yo and stuff like that, right? Yogurt and stuff like that. So, that's the first blend. The second one would be, it looks like a U with a little kind of squiggly extension going down, like a little U with a little squiggly, going down. And that is actually pronounced TS, tsa, tsa. You'll hear Russians, when they're talking, they have this sound that we don't really use. And that's one of those unusual sounds. But it's really simply abbreviated with a single letter. That looks like a little U with a little squiggly, T-S, tsa. And what's really cool or interesting about their blends, I call them blends because they're a combination of at least two consonants or vowels or whatever. But in like Latin, or at least in English, okay, in English, to do a blend, you usually need at least 2 letters. But with the Russian alphabet, it's a single symbol, which is kind of cool, what we would call like a single letter. So we talked about that sort of X already with a line down the middle, and that's zh, like zha zha gabor. Then we talked about the little U with a squiggly, which is ts, ts. There's 2 more. They have a little character that's like a Y. Okay, they have 2 characters that look like a Y. One is just like a regular Y that we talked about in the first video, and that's pretty much, well, actually, we didn't quite get to it, actually. And so I'm glad we brought it up on the blend. But they have 2 letters that look like a Y. The first one is a regular Y. The regular appearing Y is pronounced oo. You got to know that, like noodles, okay? Or moon, etc. So the other character that looks like a Y it's kind of like a U, and it's just a straight line down. So it's not quite as fancy. It's just sort of a U and then a straight line down. And that's actually the blend ch, like as in CH, ch, like in church, okay, ch, okay? So again, 2 letters that kind of look like a Y. They look similar, but don't confuse them. One is a ch, and one is an oo. And the last blend sound looks like RW. It's a kind of a strange looking W. But it's basically kind of like RW, and it's actually pronounced sh, like SH, like shirt, okay? So they got the ch, the sh, the zh, and the ts. So we talked about those, and then we threw in the regular Y character, which is oo. How about their Z? We never got to talk about their Z on the first video of this set. And that actually looks like a 3. Yeah, a 3. So that's a Z. That's their Z sound. In the same way that the B looks, the buzz sound in their alphabet, the Russian alphabet, looks like a 6. Yeah, so there's 2 numbers in their alphabet, in a sense. You can think of it that way. Of course, their 6 is kind of looks a little bit different in their alphabet there. So we pretty much did A through Z letters and sounds, comparisons and contrasts as best as I could for just kind of having sang. I think I've only sang like 3 songs so far in Russian, 3 or 4. I think it's 3 so far. You know, I think I did Grupi Kovi and a couple others. So I hope you enjoyed this. Oh, wait, there's that one big tip. Really big, yeah. So a lot of you guys might have noticed, hey, how does Brad like communicate with so many people in so many different languages? You know, with not just like cool or great job, you know, or 100%, you know, but sometimes I'll write like a nice long message, not just privately. Sometimes I can do it privately too, but it's the same trick, and I'm going to teach you what that trick is. I shared it last week, but I think people were busy, or I did it maybe late at night and the hours were weird. So here's how you do it. Let's say you want to write somebody in Russian or Bahasa, Indonesian, or French or Spanish or German or whatever. How do you do it without typing? Without typing on your mobile device? Well, what you do, it's 4 steps. You actually first go to your phone and you add the keyboard for that language. It's pretty easy, actually. You go down, touch the little globe icon, and you choose, let's say, Russian, okay? Then you go to Google Translate on your other device, in my case it's a computer, and you type in the message, long message, whatever you want to say. You can give them details, something interesting that shows you that you're passionate, that you care. You're discussing it in their language. You're sharing in their language. They appreciate that. And then you translate it. So from English to Russian in this example. Well, then you turn on the speaker and you put this underneath and you enter and you dictate. You hit the dictate and then you play it off the speaker and it types it hands-free in their symbols.